on another video with our senior showcase. This time we've got Keegan Garis, a senior at Prairie Ridge. And Keegan, if you wouldn't mind just sharing with the group a little bit about yourself and what you've been involved in, and we'll go from there.
Yeah, so as Mr. Miko said, I'm Keegan Garis. I played baseball and football all 4 years at Prairie Ridge. And I'm also involved in National Honor Society and Spanish National Honor Society.
Great. So over the past year, what would you say as a senior has been kind of some of your coolest memories as you reflect back on the year?
I would definitely say the football season. I missed out on the chance to play, but it was definitely cool to see my best buds since elementary school go for that goal of going to state. It was definitely really fun to be a part of it. And then I would say another good memory I have is the winter leading up to baseball season. It's a tough grind, morning workouts, but at the end of the day, it makes for really good memories with your teammates.
Hey, well, two things with that. For people that don't know, what prevented you from being able to play football this year?
Yeah, so last spring in baseball, I injured my shoulder. I didn't get it checked out till after the season, and I could have gotten surgery before football, and that would prevent me to play football season, or surgery after football season, which would have prevented me to play baseball. And since I'm playing baseball in college, as tough as the decision it was at the time, I decided to get the surgery before football. Because I realized that my future was in baseball. But now, obviously, looking back on it without the season, I obviously wish I got it after the season so I could have been a part of it, but nothing I can do about that.
Sure. And you brought up playing baseball. So tell me about what's next for you. Where you heading next year?
Yeah, so I got this really cool opportunity. It's a junior college in Southern Illinois called Lakeland College. I'll be playing baseball there. Really good opportunity with, a great coach, good program, and I'm going down with a buddy who I've played with since I've been 11, who goes to Jacobs High School.
What is that through a travel team that
Yeah,
you guys?
yeah.
What travel team were you part of?
I played for the Pro Player Canes in Algonquin Storm. We started with Algonquin Storm, but our whole team merged into Pro Player for more like exposure and stuff.
Gotcha. Now I notice so the one thing I know you've been doing over the quarantine is kind of start sporting that beard that you got going.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to give a little profile for everyone?
Yeah, I got cleaned up a little bit too. Yeah.
Wow, I should be honored you cleaned up just for this.
Exactly.
So besides the beard, what's been something different that you've kind of started doing over the quarantine period while you've been at home?
Really just all the downtime. I'm not really used to a lot of downtime. Spending a lot of time with my family and my sister, who I'm not used to seeing that much, being at college. And obviously the e-learning. But yeah, I'm not really used to downtime. I'm used to go, 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 and having this downtime is kind of an adjustment. But I'm really eager to get this all over with, and so everybody can start doing what they love to do. But it's been pretty good.
So I imagine there's been some binge watching or something going on Netflix or Amazon or something like that. Where have you buried yourself with a half gallon of ice cream and a mini series?
Yeah, so I'm loving the new Jordan documentary every Sunday. That's awesome. But I watched this new show on Netflix called Outer Banks. I binge watched that, and then every day me and my mom we'll find some time. We'll watch The Office together. Both cracks us up. I've seen it a couple times, but it never fails to make me laugh.
So you guys could recount all the lines from The Office before?
A lot of them, yeah.
All right, so what's the favorite shtick from The Office, the recurring theme that you like?
I just love all the jokes Jim plays on Dwight and all the pranks, whether that's putting his stapler in Jell-O or other stuff like that. It's funny to see Dwight's reaction and stuff like that.
So you brought up spending a lot of time with family. So now's your chance to kind of share stuff about your mom, your dad, your sister. What's been the quirkiest thing you've learned about them spending so much time with them now?
I mean, it's interesting seeing both my parents, who are teachers, like do their lessons at home. My dad's a pretty energetic person for anybody who knows him, and seeing him like what he does for his lessons, with like videos and stuff, it's pretty funny to watch, and because he'll show me some clips, and he's a dork, but it's funny. It's really funny. And then my mom, I mean, they're both really invested in their jobs, and then I mean, it's just good to see my sister, who I haven't seen because our schedules don't really align, and I'm never really able to go up to visit her. So it's good to see her for an extended period of time.
Now, share with everyone your sister's name, what she's doing now, and
Yeah, so my sister's name Mackenzie. She goes to Eastern Michigan and plays volleyball there. Yeah, she loves it there.
so you guys haven't beat the snot out of each other yet. You guys are all good.
No, I mean, we've had a couple fights, but no, we're pretty good most of the time.
Gotcha. Any like what's the video game of choice at the family video game of choice at the Garis household?
Family video game?
Family video game.
I mean, I'm really the only one who plays video games, but I mean, growing up, we played Wii bowling together.
I was like kind of picturing your dad getting into Mario Kart with you or something like that. But
He actually, yeah, probably when we were younger, yeah, we probably played a lot of Mario Kart together. Yeah.
So wait, so rumor has it that there's a certain game you're playing with your buddies that you've been kind of dominating right now. Do you want to get all puffy chested before anyone else puts you down, or no?
I mean, I'm gonna be the show a little bit. I beat a couple of my friends. And then there's a new game, Modern Warfare, where I'm the worst player out of our friends. So if you ask anybody, they'll know I'm the worst. So yeah, I wouldn't puff my chest about that game.
You could give a shout out. Who are some of your buddies you've been video gaming with?
I've been playing with Tristan Villegas, Andrew Corey, Connor Lydon, Drew Fryer, Kyle Koblinger, George Concialdi.
So okay, so obviously you're real good in MLB. Who really just kind of sucks at it?
Tristan. I beat him a couple times, made him quit a couple times. Yeah, he hasn't played much recently, but probably because of that.
Yeah, I think the shame. And for those that don't know, Tristan did admit that in another video. So you're not saying anything he doesn't know.
Yeah. But he's got me beaten Modern Warfare, that's for sure.
So if you look back now, kind of focus back to kind of PR and kind of your experience there over the last 4 years, if you look back on all the coaches, administrators, teachers that you've kind of come across, are there certain people or groups of people that have kind of stuck out that you just kind of have a special place in your heart as you're looking to wrap up your career there?
Yeah, definitely Coach Peck. I mean, everything he does for his players is pretty exceptional. I feel like he doesn't get the credit he deserves. Like, people think he might be a little bit too tough, but I love it. I feel like if you buy into the program and buy into what he's saying, what he's teaching, it only creates valuable life lessons. All of his quotes, the way, like our morning workouts, it builds character. And it's definitely an honor to be a part of the Prairie Ridge baseball program.
So a couple things to share with people when you start talking about Coach Peck and the baseball program. So when Coach Peck says practice starts at 5 a.m., what does that really mean?
It means, well, it's a domino effect. So that means we're really starting at 5:45. So that means you really got to get there at 5:30 at the earliest to be ready to go at 5:45, because you still got to set up.
So if Peck says, "Hey, we're starting at 6," you're saying you better be there half hour early or whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, 15 minutes is his rule, the 15-minute rule. But I like to give myself time, so I'm usually there 30 minutes early.
Gotcha. And what favorite Peckism on the base pads or as he's coaching third base do you love hearing or you're going to miss hearing?
Definitely when you're running to third base and he'll tell you which way to slide and where the ball's coming because he'll get all animated. He'll get on the ground. He'll be like down outside or like down inside. And he'll be like laying on the ground telling you, and when you slide in, you look up at him and he's on the ground with you. It's kind of funny.
Any imitation that you think you're good at?
Yeah, I got to. Oh, the funniest thing was we were stretching before practice one day. It was warm out. And he goes, "Boys, why are you taking so long to stretch? I don't think the soldiers storming into Normandy needed to stretch. Let's go." So that was a joke. That was last year, right at the beginning of conference play. So that was a big running joke for the whole year, and definitely brought it up to him a couple of times, and he just laughs about it.
You're obviously kind of talking with some of the baseball players and your brothers from the team. What's been kind of your sentiment? How you guys have handled kind of the season for the most part? I mean, it's not 100%, but it appears that the season probably won't get played.
Yeah.
How you guys handling all that?
I mean, we text back and forth. Our senior group is pretty close. I mean, we're just all pretty sad about it because I mean we're very sad about it. We worked for 4 years now of this goal of playing varsity baseball, and we know Coach Peck puts a very high. He loves his seniors, and to have that senior year with Coach Peck is very special. And I've talked to seniors before me who have said how much they loved it and how special it was. And that's what you work for your 4 years is that senior year to be the leader, to be the person that people look up to and come to for questions, and to really give get a shot to make an impact on the field. And I feel for a lot of my senior teammates, because last year was a very senior heavy team, and this was their chance to get that time, and for them not to be able to, and all these guys are very talented players, for them not to get their chance in the field really sucks.
So outside of baseball, is there anything now that you really took for granted, from school that you're like, oh, I kind of wish I'd be able to do that, but you never kind of thought about it before?
I mean, just really my relationships with my teachers. The teachers at school at PR are very helpful. They'll always do anything for you, and I've created some really good relationships with some teachers, and I wish I could have created better relationships with other teachers. So I've taken for granted probably some relationships with some teachers. And I also am gonna miss because the volleyball tournament at school, because my gym period we won the school and we were gonna play the teachers at the pep assembly. So I was excited about that. But yeah.
Well, who are going to be the faculty volleyballers?
I don't know. I'm sure Dr. Cook would be there. Our school officer was probably going to be there, Officer Torkelson. Yeah, I don't know. Our Spanish teacher, Senorita Grote, some other teachers too. So.
Gotcha. So out of, you brought up some cool relationship with teachers. Any special ones that are kind of have a long-lasting impact on you?
Yeah, I would definitely say my math teacher this past year, Mrs. Body. She just makes math fun, especially calculus. It's not the easiest topic, and it doesn't always make the most sense, but she makes it really fun, and she connects with each of her students at a personal level. And yeah, I'm definitely going to stay in touch with her past high school and into college. Yeah.
Cool. Now, what would be something that outside of maybe your immediate family that people wouldn't know about you that you'd kind of want to share something about you that maybe others don't know?
I don't. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I'm not sure really that I have anything. I mean, I don't know. I really enjoy country music. I don't know.
Well, what's your favorite group?
I like Zach Brown Band a lot.
Okay.
I've been listening to them recently. Kenny Chesney's always good. I think Coach Peck actually put me on that because he's a big country guy, and I started listening to it once I started playing for him. So.
Yeah, nothing but country playing during practice, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You hear the phrase "once a wolf, always a wolf," and now as you're going to become an alum, what does that mean to you?
Just that I'm a part of the family, the Prairie Ridge family for life. And I know that anytime I'll come back, I'll be welcome with open arms to the faculty and the rest of the alumni who I graduated with and people who graduated before me and after me. I feel like when you see someone who you went to school with at Prairie Ridge, you're gonna remember them and you're gonna always say hi to them and like respect them. And it's very cool to be a part of a school like Prairie Ridge. That's a pretty tight knit group of people and people who care about each other. And yeah, it's pretty cool.
And who's that one face when you would walk the halls that you would just start busting out laughing that when you'd see this person walk by because they would always just make you laugh or do something along that line?
Probably Tristan Viegas. He's a very outgoing person. He'd always crack a joke or, give me a little shove or something when I walk past him, and I start laughing because I know that's who Tristan is. We've definitely gotten close, very close during high school. So, yeah.
Awesome. And you guys are spending all this time at home. Has there become a certain carry out, a certain takeout that's been like your go-to to get you through the quarantine?
We've carried out or had the cottage delivered to us multiple times. I like the cottage's food. Tonight we're actually gonna get some Lou Malnati's, some deep dish pizza. That always hits the spot.
Can't go wrong there.
Yeah, and Galati's in Cary. We like that place a lot. So those have probably been our biggest three. I mean, I've actually started cooking a lot, grilling a lot more over this break, get me ready for college. So that's been fun. Dad's taught me how to man the grill and stuff like that. So,
all right. So now that you threw that out there, what's the Keegan Garis special then that you've
actually the other day I made myself 2 burgers and I made 2 fried eggs and some bacon to put on them. Like a little breakfast burger. It was really good.
And you did that on the grill or you did it in the house?
I did the burger on the grill and the egg inside.
Nice.
Yeah, so I was pushing myself a little bit, but it actually tastes really good.
All right, so the heart attack special, you had it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, anything else that, as you kind of look back on your classmates and the younger ones that are coming up, that you just really would want to share as you're moving on now to the next level? What would that be?
I mean, especially during this experience, I shared this with our baseball program after we learned that the practice would be canceled for the next couple of weeks, not knowing that we wouldn't come back. But I just told them that don't take your time here or anywhere for granted, especially in anything you do at Prairie Ridge, because next thing you know, it could be taken away from you. And everything you can get from anything you do at Prairie Ridge will only benefit you in the future. Definitely taking advantage of all the opportunities that you get and making the most of them. I think that's the biggest thing that I learned throughout my high school career, and definitely building relationships with teachers and coaches and friends, because they'll always be there to help you.
Hey, those are awesome words to pass on, and hey, appreciate you taking all this time and kind of sharing with your classmates and having a little fun with them, and just wish you all the best as you move forward.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
All right. Thanks, Keegan.
Yeah,
have a good one. Bye-bye.
Everybody just